step I take, I'm paving the play. No champions crowned without a fight, but I'm built for this, I'm shining bright. Yeah, had them long nights, eyes red, hands shaking. Still I stay, still I pray, now the ground feel like it's raising. Used to count change for the bus ride, rain in my shoes, cold shut eyes. Had to talk faith when the hope died. Hard on the floor, but I still tried. Mama in the kitchen with the light low, telling me to keep my mind on the high road. Every little tear was a time code, stamped in my soul like a barcode. There days of pain, I prayed, put the work and never strayed. Every no that I faced, built the armor that I wear today. Now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right here. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious. Life is glorious, yeah. Used to feel small in the big crowd, voice real soft, dreams real loud. Had to dig deep when the doubt screamed, standing in the dark with a wild dream. Friends fell off when the road bent, still I moved on with a broke sin. Every setback was a token, proof that the line hadn't closed yet. I overcame what they said I'd be, turned every chain to a memory. Now when I look back, that old me, just a shadow trying not to end. Warrior, now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right here. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious. I bled for this, I wept for this. Lost sleep, lost time, lost innocence, but I live for this, yeah, I live for this. Every scar on my skin is my evidence. I overcame, they try to break me, but I still came back stronger in my own name. Now I rise up, I'm victorious. All that hurt in my story turned glorious. Better days, I can feel them in my chest right here. Sacrificed so much just to stand right here. Now I'm here, I'm here, I'm victorious, glorious. Hey. Stepping in the lab, this brainwave shift. Turn pain into game, every loss uplift. City on my back, but my posture rich. Used to dream in the dark, now the switch stay lit. No runs fire when I say my name. Rewire all the wires, I don't play that same. Old code in my head, had to break that chain. Now the pathway paved with the winds I claim. Yeah, power, money, respect, I evolve with it. New pathways in my head, watch me solve with it. Change, transform, I was built to collect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset, yeah. Power, money, respect, put it all on deck. New pathways when I move, every thought direct. Change, transform, I was born to connect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset. Pocket full of plans, I don't chase loose change. Every dollar just data, I expand my range. Stack base, stack skills, then the paper grows. I invest in the mind, that's how favor flows. Had to silence every doubt, that's a loud old voice. Now I edit my beliefs like a
that people saw on a day-to-day basis that led me to believe that he didn't think Luke was the right person to lead this team.
See, what about now? You can hear audio now? Yeah? All right, so let's get the spotlight. Spotlight me, team. Gotta fix the audio really fast, or the video is not gonna actually play right. So, what I'm gonna do while I'm fixing this audio, just so that way you can still stay on time. First of all, go ahead and put the MVP trophy in the chat. You woke up on the wake up list, right? You got up on the wake up list, right? Okay, so go ahead and put the trophy emoji in the chat if you are that MVP of your life. Let's see who we have in here first. Hey, Miss Linda Scott, go ahead and put the trophy emoji in the chat. Nay Harris, I know you're driving. Don't worry about it. You're the MVP, right? Keep it in your mind. You know you got this. You got this. Miss Karen, shout out to Miss Karen. What's going on, Miss Warren? How you doing? Albertine, put the trophy emoji in the chat. LaShonda, go ahead, put the trophy emoji in the chat. Miss Kathleen, put the trophy emoji in the chat. Who else do we have? Takesha, look, I'm proud of you, Takesha. Look, them breakthroughs are happening. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. So now they'll clap it up. Mr. Sherman, go ahead and put the trophy emoji in the chat. Sherman over there, like, look, man, what's going on here, man? You know, I'm here. What's up? It's okay, man. Come on, lighten up, everyone. Let's go. So as I get this audio working, I would love for someone to come up and share their results from. Obviously, we did the call yesterday. We talked about some people doing the commitment call or the closing call, or just kind of getting complete. I want to know your feedback on that. Doing these exercises so far, what has this been like for you? And also just being inside this space where people are talking and sharing and just seeing difficulty differently. Come up and share. So raise your virtual hand. Raise your virtual hand. What's going on, Destiny? What's going on? Put the trophy emoji in the chat. Let's raise your virtual hand and let's bring some people up. Let's see. Ashanti. Let's bring Ashanti up. Ashanti, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Doing well. What's
All right.
happening?
Uh, First of all, I want to say thank you. You are amazing. I had my hand ready, like I had my little button. I thought I'd be the first hand up today because I haven't been able to talk. I was at work yesterday. I'm at work right now, but I don't care. I said I got to say something today. Um, my business, one of my business besties is Takesha, and so the way you went in with her, I've been crying every day this week, fooling with you. And it has been amazing. So I didn't get a chance to make my call on Tuesday, but I made it yesterday, and it was it was life changing, and so it was scary because I don't really do well with conflict. Um, I went to my first therapy session yesterday, and I realized that I've never really seen conflict like in my household. My parents never argued. I had a great home life as a child. And so, because of that, I don't know how to deal with conflict. So, I was one of the ones that said I overthink it and then pretty much avoid it. So I'll be like, oh well, I'm not gonna say nothing because X, Y, Z. And I know that I have anger issues and I have a temper, and so I'm working through that. I am in a great space. Like ever since I started this, from the Sunday night call with Joy to the first call with you, like this has been life changing for me. And I am thankful and I'm appreciative and I'm working through my demons and I'm gonna see all y'all at the bank.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Definitely seeing us at the bank for sure. Everyone send some love in the chat for Mr. Shanti. Send some love in the chat. Let's continue to roll. Oh, business
Thank
bestie
you.
coming up. Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you.
No problem.
I knew she was gonna be next.
Yeah, there she go. Yeah, y'all must have talked about it. Y'all must have talked about it. So let's bring her up. What's up, Takesha? Talk to us. Let's send the request to unmute. Team, let's send a
Okay,
request. There we go. Good.
I'm on. Man, ooh wee. I don't even know where to start because being in this space, being in this space with just, like-minded individuals who just want to do better with themselves and get clarity and openness just to be vulnerable for once. And man, since I met my besties, it's been nothing but short of amazing. And Mr. Crewmate, You are an amazing man. You're doing some amazing things, and I definitely know you're going to continue to do it. But this has been definitely an eye opener for me. Why? Because I have never stood up for myself. Never. I always was the quiet one. Yeah, you can do this, you can do that, but not anymore. Not anymore. Because I done got tired. I have been tired a long time. And now it's been an eye opener. Like everything just come to the table. Like it's alignment. It's meant to happen. It's meant to happen. And I am truly, truly grateful. And now I can hold eye contact too. That's a good thing too. But but my experience has just been amazing here. Amazing.
Mm. Look, we love it. We love all the breakthroughs and the possibilities because once again, in order for you to be great, you have to start seeing yourself, connecting to self more. So everyone put self in the chat. This is about you. This is you versus you in this world. It's not about the world against you. It's just you versus you. It's you challenging you to be the best version of yourself. So, and you're doing that. It may not be easy all the time, but you will get through it and you will make something of it. Everyone send some love in the chat. Snap it up and clap it up for you. Don't forget to praise yourself and acknowledge yourself, sis. Let's continue to go. Great job. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Absolutely. So space of love, space of love. Let's bring the next person up. Let's bring the next person up. Miss Karen Williams. What's up, Miss Karen?
Uh, hey, good morning.
What's
My
happening?
screen
Talk
is
to us.
my screen is acting crazy here. Okay, I just want to say thank you to you. And for me, I'm just trusting the process with my loved one. And Takesha, I'm with you. I'm just learning how to stand up for myself. I'm the youngest in my family, and sometimes I feel like I'm the oldest. Um, and that's I don't think I communicated that on yesterday, especially when I told you what my brother said in response to my message. What I didn't tell you was that was him being condescending, even though it sounded positive. That's how that's his thing. So for me, again, I'm trusting the process. I did my part. It's on him, and I just I just want him to own up to his responsibilities. And if he
Okay.
doesn't do that, that's on him.
All right. Wait here. Hold on. All right. I can hear you now clearly. Yeah, so remember, everyone put this in the chat, right? Because I know who was it? Latoya, right? I don't know if you all felt she did a great job coming up, and I really love her energy because you can tell that she's all about the growth. She wants to grow. But I could feel the resistance there, right? And there was a lot of resistance. I didn't want to take that much long, but I think that we all need love, and I think that we all need a chance to express ourselves. But one of the things that we have to let go of is expectation.
Mhm.
Somebody put in the chat, expectation, I release you. Because that's the thing that would do us so wrong. And I know because sometimes it's like we pick up evidence on what another person has done. Like we know, and we sometimes, especially men and women, right? In relationships, men would try to make women look like they're crazy, right? And sometimes the family members would believe, oh, she's just being crazy. And as a woman, you might want to prove yourself. You might want to say, no, I'm not being crazy. I know this is going on. So there's times we want to hold on to these stories because we have been right all along when we knew it, when everyone else doubted us. So then we'll hold on to those stories like, hey, look, I knew I wasn't crazy. But what that does internally, it makes you feel out of order.
Yeah.
At night, you're the one crying. During the daytime, your mind is racing and thinking about these thoughts, thinking about the arguments, thinking about the fights. You are held captive from your own thoughts. So it all comes
Yeah.
back to the reality of this. And the reality is, who's making you feel that way? The answer is
Me,
you.
me.
So it's not that your brother is truly being condescending when you know he is, because that's his personality trait, right?
Yeah. Yes.
However, you don't have to have expectations that he's going to change. And
Yeah.
actually, there's another way to get him to change. The way to get him to change is not reacting to the way that he
Mhm.
does things in the normal way that you will react to it, right? Because we all know
Right.
that each other has these patterns. But for him, it's now for you saying this to him. Love you, bro. Love you, big bro. Give him a kiss on the head. All right, I'll see you later. To
See
him,
ya. Right.
that's you changing his pattern. You're interrupting his pattern. When
Yes.
you interrupt his pattern, he can no longer be on autopilot. So he
Right.
has to react in a way that will be more natural to his survival in that moment. So some people might lash out, but most people they'll be in a space where they can think about what they're doing at the moment. Okay. So release these expectations from people because these things are killing us silently.
Yes.
All right.
I agree. Thank
Any
you.
thoughts? Any thoughts on what we just said?
And I totally agree. And I've been working, I've come a long way. Because the reason I agreed with you yesterday about being the villain,
Yeah.
because I would call him on his stuff. And now it's like, okay, whatever.
Right.
You just do you. I'm going to continue down this path of growth and um, just not allow him to affect me the way that he has been.
Right. And just be honest though. Like, when you realize that sometimes you're the villain, you can't
Hmm.
play the victim, okay? Like,
Right.
don't play the
Yeah.
victim. Don't be that
Yeah.
person. So
Right.
this is a good moment for all of us. Everyone send some love in the chat for Miss Karen. Everyone snap it
Thank
up
you
and
so
clap it up
much.
for Miss Karen. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
All right, let's go to the next person.
Hi, good morning, Sean. So grateful for you. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. So my takeaway is, I'm sorry, I should have talked first. I just kind of started talking. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you. And
Oh,
you are supposed to start talking, so you're good.
okay.
You're great.
So my takeaway is like the first day that you told us to do the exercise with calling someone that you're upset with. I was like, I don't have anybody. I've already done this exercise before because I have done it before and it was really freeing. And so then I talked to someone about somebody. Maybe I should, call this person. And they were like, nah, you don't need to call that person. And I was like, maybe because I can't think of anybody else. And he said we need to call somebody else. So yesterday, when my brother, the one that had the abandonment issues, when he was on, I shouldn't say issues, but no, we're talking about abandonment. And I have gone through abandonment as a child. And so I started like thinking, well, you know what, maybe there's something deeper. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. And so I was like, okay, that person is not around. So I'm not going to tell them that I'm going to do what I thought I was going to do or I want to do. And so I went ahead and, I made those phone calls. I called my brother and my brother was like, he didn't even know I was upset with him. It was like, hey sis. I'm like, okay, well, this is really weird, but okay. And so I still did the exercise with him. And, he said, he was like, I appreciate you and I love you. And I'm so glad you're in my life. So I kind of felt like, was this really effective for me? And so I was like, okay, let me call this person that's really, really hard for me to call. And it was my ex-boss, pastor. I was terminated from that job and it wasn't a good experience. And so I called and I was like, he has the narcissistic tendencies. And so when I worked for him, I would always be afraid to like address him on things or say things to him. And so yesterday I started having all of that nervous energy, like, kind of like really scared to call. And I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know what he's going to do. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this anyway. And I'm praying, God, give me the strength, give me the words to say. Don't let me just like break down, And so he didn't answer the phone. I was like, oh man, because after listening to you yesterday, and the part about control, because when I worked for him, he would always say, Richard, you always have something to say. You always have a rebuttal. You're always coming back with something. And so I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to I'm going to apologize and I'm going to let him say whatever he has to say. I'm not going to come back with a rebuttal. And he didn't answer the phone. I was like, oh man, because I really wanted to be able to, get past this part. And so then, I texted him. And so he came back and he was like, hey, Rachel, I'm so glad you text. You're an amazing gift to the body, and like, I pray 100 blessings to you and your husband. And I was like, I didn't even get that experience that I wanted, because now he's saying, basically, I appreciate you, And so I started like really like thinking about all of this. I was like, okay, the abandonment issues probably are a part of that, or being bullied. Like, I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to have, like, I have to have control. I'm going to have to always be the one to kind of like, like I said, like what we were talking about yesterday with, I think was his name Jamal? I'm not sure, but um, so that was there. And I was like, okay, so me feeling like I need to control the outcome every time is one of the reasons why I'm always saying something back. And then last night before I went to bed, I was like, oh, I know who I can practice with, my husband. Because I'm the same way with him, it's like, always have to have something else and be in control. So that was a really good part for me, understanding that a lot of what I went through as a child, the abandonment, the rejection, that it's affected me when I deal with other people in my life and relationships. And then another thing was like every time I would go to start a business, hey babe, can I, my husband is very supportive. Hey babe, can I start this business? Can I use some money for this or that? And he's always saying yes, but it would always be like I would start and I wouldn't finish. I think I maybe had one time where I started a business and I did really, really well. I had a bestie, because that really is powerful. I made a lot of money. So I know that it's in me, but it was almost like I was looking for validation from like my husband. I wanted my husband to come along and run with me with the business, or I wanted my kids to run with me in the business. And so I'm realizing that abandonment is making me want to like feel like I need to have somebody else to run with me, and I really can do this on my own. I don't really need to have that person to run with me. So those are my takeaways. It was really, really good. So yeah.
Those are powerful. And I want you to think about it this way. Most of us are so filled with the ideas of having expectations of how things should go that we don't want to relinquish control. But that's the very thing that is causing most of our problems, because life has a natural flow to it, and we go against the natural flow of life. When you go against something, you feel what?
And
You let us know, Ms. Rachel, and everyone else in the chat, let us know.
so when we go against something that feels uncomfortable, like it could be fear, um, like somebody said, pushback, resistance. Yeah.
Exactly. So are you getting that resistance from someone? Then you know that you're going against the flow. And it doesn't mean just let everyone do anything to you and everything to you. What it means is that you're the star of your story, but so are other people, the star of theirs. When you come together, we co-star. So if you know you found a person who just doesn't fit into your story well, as far as being a great role player or any of that nature, then you have to concede a little bit of that power in that realm with them. Doesn't mean that you have to like show your dominance, because some of us like to show our dominance. Hey, I'm gonna get the last word, or yeah, you can't walk all over me. And I know for you, Rachel, it's like you're gonna give him a little attitude. You're gonna put the little head movement in. You're gonna put the little neck motion in. You're gonna give him the attitude. You might give him the finger like this. You might talk to him that way. And I want us to do an exercise really fast for everybody to get this. If you can close your eyes, if if you're driving and stuff, please don't don't be calling me and Joey talking about, yeah, I gotta pay for this accident. Look, um, I really want you all to just get something so valuable. When I was in my seminars before I started as a professional and I was just a student, one of my coaches, Larry Pearson, he taught me this. He said, close your eyes and imagine that all of the people that's around you right now are a threat to you. Just imagine the people are a threat to you right now. All of the people in this room, over 100 people in this room, they're all a threat to you. He said, breathe. Are you threatened right now? You're safe, right? Safe. But imagine that now you're the threat to all of these people. Imagine them seeing you as a threat. So as much as we think that we're right, sometimes the price for being right could be so wrong that we'll blame other people for the choices that we make. We'll blame other people for the way that we think. Breathe. No need to blame. No need for shame. Just know that we are all one in the same. Just take time for each other. Have an ear to listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears. So we can do twice as much listening as we do talking. Your point will be heard if you leave space for silence. Sometimes we have a way of being so nasty to people, we think they deserved it. And we think that we deserve the right to be nasty to them. Could just be a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. At the end of it all, we all want love. We all want to be heard, loved, appreciated, respected, protected, and applauded. Good job, everyone, for just taking this moment to be in this space. Great job. So I want to bring you back to this awareness here and just kind of tell us what that felt like for you, Rachel. And anyone else, you can put it in the chat. What did that feel like for you?
It was like free, like the tension that I normally have, it wasn't there. It's kind of like I was in my own world.
Yeah, because I was on the phone with Sunshine yesterday. I was talking to her, and I asked her a question, and it kind of went like this: how do you know what's going on in somebody else's life? Someone answer that.
You don't.
You don't, unless what?
They tell you.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the aha moment for everyone. So who's telling you what's going on in your life?
You.
Exactly. So the tension that you feel, the things that you feel, you're creating this. Do we really love ourselves? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Do we really love ourselves? Because the stress that we put ourselves under, like, and I'm not saying this from a hurt place. I'm saying this from a place of recognition. One day I was sitting in the bed and I was just like, why am I so tense right now? Like, I'm in the bed. My bed massages me. My bed has sound frequency. Like, I have a good bed, right? It's just not a king size bed. I think I'll kind of regret that. Like, why didn't I get the king, man? But anyway, I'm a little bit tall. I'm 6'2.5". Okay, so like I need a lot of space. But I was wondering, and I'm saying, if I practice gratitude and I practice guided meditations and I teach guided meditations and I run this as a service for people, I'm tense like this. Imagine the everyday person who's stressed out, going through a bunch of things, have family and friends going through turmoil, things happening left and right. Center yourself. Center yourself and relax, because you are the star of your story. And things will go the way you want it to. Only if you give up some of your control and you let things be. Okay? Relax, everyone. Relax. Today's a day for you to get to chill. Okay? Relax. But just for a moment. It's temporary. You still got things to do. But Miss Rachel, before we let you go, any final thoughts you want to share? You're on mute. Let's send the request for you.
I'm sorry about that. Yes, I can. Okay. My final thoughts are, I love what I got here. Like, I need to stop putting expectations on other people and myself, and just live a life of freedom. Not worried about what other people think or what they say, and just be me and love me more. I thought I loved me, but I don't love me as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, I would love for us to examine that. How much do we love ourselves? When you love yourself enough to do the things that you need to do, that's when you get what you want. But we got it the reverse way. We just want to do what we want. And then if you got to do something, we just do it. But no, do what you need to do. Love yourself enough so that way you get what you want in your life. Great job, Miss Rachel. I'm proud of you in a lot of ways because you let me talk to you like this. If it was any other man besides your husband, you're not letting anybody talk to you like this. But thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Everyone says so love in the chat. Some of y'all like, yeah, that's right. You lucky because, ain't no man talking to me like this. Stop with the attitude. Stop with the attitude, man. Let's bring up the next person. Let's bring up the next person.
Hello.
Miss Jackson, what's going on?
Not a whole bunch. I've been going back and forth. Shop. Raise my hand, put my hand down, raise my hand, put my hand down. But I kept it up. I did what you said as far as the call, but I didn't physically make a call because my call was inside the house. The call was inside the house. My call was to my husband. To my husband. In the past, I have repeatedly, but I've always used the if. But I tried it your way and just apologized straight out. He always says, I appreciate it, but I know in a couple weeks he's going to come back and be like, you did this. You even apologize for it. So that's why I like apologizing because it always comes back on me. Even
No,
though
I get it. I get it. Let me add this real quick for everyone because I don't want this to go over. This is a good teaching moment. Sometimes we have a fear of someone using what we say against us. And mainly this comes from just past experiences. Most people live in the past. The reason why most people live in the past is because they looked at the past as a prerequisite for the future. So they'll go, oh, it didn't happen like that the last 10 times, so why is it going to happen like that now? This type of way of thinking helps you have a predictable future. So basically it's like this, taking what you know from the past existence, you put it into your future, and then you present it, you walk right into the present of it. This is why most of us have a cyclical way of living this way, right? It's just like all the time. It doesn't matter. It's a different day. Who's that? Can you put that mic on mute? Was that us? That was you, Miss Jackson?
probably my grandson.
Oh, okay. All right. So grandson was like, look, let me in on this conversation. I know something. So the thought, right, is when we're in these spaces, please understand, if someone was to throw it back at you, there's a reason why they're doing it. The reason why they do it is because this means something to them. Now, some people just want to get under your skin. Some people like that, whatever. But in this case, Latanya, just let it go. Like if he brings it back up, yeah, that's right, I did that. But that's the old me, though. You're talking about the old me. The new me, we don't do
But
that.
it's not me. It's not me. I promise you, it's not me.
What is it? What do you say that? What do you mean?
He's a very narcissistic man. He's very controlling. He's very controlling. Very, very controlling. And so I apologize a lot of times just to keep the peace. Just to keep the peace. And not because it's something that I did. It's not because God shut my mouth a long time ago. He told me don't even respond. And I don't. And it is very hard sometimes to be a grown woman and not be able to respond the way that you want to respond. And so, me apologizing for things I didn't do or things I did not say. It's hard sometimes. And so But as long as God tells me to, I'll do it because God told me to, not because it's something I really feel that I need to do.
Okay, so do y'all want the real truth? Y'all want the dirt on the street truth? My coach Larry Pearson used to say that. Give me the dirt on the street. Do y'all want me to give you the fluff or you want the facts? Which one y'all want right now? Because
I want the truth.
red pill, blue pill. Somebody put it in the chat because listen, most of us are not mature enough to have relationships. Most of us too jealous to have relationships. You want to control your woman. You want to control your man. Don't have any other friends. Don't talk to the opposite sex. Like, let's be real here. This is all immature. You are, and everyone, and I'm not coming at you, Miss Jackson. I'm just talking to these people, right? When you talk about
Go to the
narcissism,
kitchen.
most of us are. Let's just be real here because we've been taught this. So you just can't look at a man and go, he's narcissistic. No, you should look at yourself too because you are too. And we all are. And that's why we run this program to break free from the paradigms that's holding us hostage in mental slavery. There's no way you should be with a partner and you arguing with your partner. There's no way you call this love, but you're in pain. There's no way you can say you're growing, but then you talk nasty to each other. There's no way how you sleep in the same bed, but you're acting like strangers. And I mean, I'm talking about 40, 50, 60, 70. Like, it doesn't even matter the age. It seems like sometimes we stop growing mentally at 15 and the rest, the body just grew on its own. 15-year-old making all of these bad decisions. How are we 50 and we still got financial issues? How are we having midlife crisis because we making choices when we're young about something we have no clue about? I'm not 40. I'm not 50. I don't know what life is like when 40 and 50. How am I pretending like I know what I'm going to be in 40 and 50? All I can take care of is what I can do right now. I realized I wasn't ready for a relationship. You know why I wasn't ready for a relationship? Because the people that I was around, they weren't ready for a relationship. Imagine you being healed. You walk into a relationship and the other person just driving you crazy. Do you know that you'll lose all of your skill set that you built up to become the person that you are when you worked on yourself just to prove points to a person that has no clue about what you're talking to them about? So when you're saying, hey, it's not me, it's my man. Newsflash. It's your man. That's the one you chose. So where are you taking accountability at? That's the one you chose. There's a million men out there that would love Miss Jackson. You chose that one. You chose Mr. Jackson. So now you have to work with Mr. Jackson. And the way that you work is leading by example. Somebody put that in the chat. Leading by example. Today is about money. I don't know. We getting too deep on this. I'm about to run out of time.
Right.
We got 20, 40 minutes left. So you have to lead by example. And sometimes leading by example, you're not going to get the praise you want. That's right. Go back to the kitchen. So sometimes you're not going to get the praise that you want. Okay, it's just the reality of it. You know, when you go to your family and friends, you're like, hey, family, look, I got to wait for us to make it out. And they go, yeah, I don't know about that. I got a business to take care of. You do that and you tell me how that goes. That's how it's going to be with the significant other too. Yeah, there's going to be some times where your partner doesn't understand you. Yeah. Your job is to go through that and lead by example, because when you're showing up as the true, authentic you, everyone else that's in your circle, they have no choice but to be the true, authentic them. What do I mean by this? When you start getting money, money starts to amplify you. So now you start to do things that you probably already thought about doing, giving more money to people who are less fortunate or just acting bougie. That was you in the past. You just didn't have the money to act like that. Now you got the money, you acting like that. It's the same thing when it comes to the relationship. If your man is not loving you now, he didn't really love you then. If you're not loving your man now, you didn't really love him then either. When the money dry up, now what happened? Oh yeah, you broke now. No, let's get back to the basics here, ladies and gentlemen. This man is a man by himself. This woman is a woman by herself. When you come together, you are two separate entities that are compromising to work together. What happened to the compromise? What happened to the understanding that this person is going through their own battles? So let's get back to normalizing having patience with each other but also leading your charge of your life. So you don't have to be quiet. Your man just doesn't like when you talk like that to him. Okay, cool. I get it. How about this? Do other things so that way the situation changes. He can never talk to you this way. So get ahead of the things that you might bump heads about, right? Like for a man, and I know this, I'll leave this as a last example. But back in the day, it was like this running theme that men didn't wash the dishes, right? And a woman always had to come wash the dishes after the man. If the man is complaining, my girl is always nagging, wash some dishes, wash some dishes, wash the dishes. Bro, just get ahead of that. Do the dishes before she can nag you about it. You know that's not something that she doesn't like this. Just get ahead of it, bro. She's not bothering you. She's just telling you that in this space she would love to have clean kitchen. Guess what? When you have a clean kitchen, she's happier for you to make meals for you. She's happier to cook for you, my man. Relax. It's in your benefit. So when you're saying, hey, my man is just like, he's telling me not to relax. It's in your benefit. You don't have to, you could do body language. Give him a hug. Love you, boo. He's upset. Give him kisses. Get off me, girl. Nah, I love you. And then walk away and then just let him chill for a second. He'll come back. Hey, babe, I got this for you. It's almost as if these are little children in grown bodies. That's what mental slavery does to us. Grown bodies, but the person who's operating it, 7-year-old child. We got things that we preach to ourselves at 7 years old, and we're still running those same scripts today. So for you, Miss Jackson, I'm proud of you in a lot of ways because you still made that call. You still spoke to him. You still did that, and it could have, for you could have just said no. But you did that. So just continue to do that. Continue to work with him and make this work because you're somebody special. Any thoughts on what we just spoke of?
Not really. I heard everything you said, and I heard what you said about the expectations. I think, and I heard what you said to Miss Latoya yesterday. And so, I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna take it all in accountability and inside and just work with it. I'm a praying woman, and so, God will change what He'll change. And if He doesn't, then He doesn't. And I'm okay with that too. But I've learned, I think the biggest thing is the expectation part of it. I do have expectations, or I just feel that I should. But it is what it is.
So,
I heard.
Yeah, take that, right, and just think about it. Which one costs you more, holding on to your expectations or giving them up? Like which is the best choice that you can get? What's the best outcome that can happen? Holding on to your expectations, knowing someone else is going to argue with you and fight with you, or letting things go and just saying, hey, just let them feel that.
At this point, just letting them go. Just letting them go. Just letting go of the expectations and be in control of what I can control.
Let it go. Everyone put it in the chat. Let it go. Unfortunately, Renee, Ms. Vanessa, and Ashley, hold on. Right, we got to get to this whiteboard because I know some of you got a strict time, so I got to get to this before we go. But we are going to do a live Instagram live. Some of us, I see some of y'all got your pictures down. You got your AIs. You have all of these things that you've been doing for your marketing. Got your one-liners. We're going to go live. We're going to practice going live. So if anyone wants to go live today, this is the chance to do it, okay? So let me know in the chat if you want to go live. But first, send some love in the chat for Miss Latanya. Send some love in the chat for Miss Jackson. All right. Cool. Let me start sharing this screen. I'm going to share this screen. Oh, wait. Let me do this first, actually. Let's play a video. Keep your hands up, Livy. Keep your hands up, just because I might want to come back to all of you once we finish. But put into the chat, what is your relationship with money? What is your relationship with money? Some of us have some stinking thinking with money. Do you love money? Let me know if you love money. I always like asking this question because some of y'all get tripped up on this question. Do you love money? Yes or no? Do you love money? Most of you are going to say no. I think I know that. I think most of you are going to try to adjust it too. I don't really love money, but I like it. You know, it gets me everything I want, but I don't really love it. I just like it. And I want you to think about that. What's your relationship with money? Imagine money is your friend, or imagine money is someone you are in a relationship with. Yeah, I don't really like you. I just like to use you. Somebody just put that in the chat. They said it's useful. I mean, I just use it. Yeah, imagine money can hear you. Money come around, you just give money all the way out. Yeah, go be with this person. Go be with that person. You never spend time with money. You never communicate with money. No wonder why money doesn't want to come around you. Look how you treat money. It's just something to use. Get out of here, peasant. I don't need your little dollars. It's just little. This world is frequency based. It's energy based. Your internal state becomes your external life. Why wouldn't you love money when God created money? Now, God didn't create these bills that are being printed, but we are naturally meant to work with each other and to be in groups. God sprinkled a little bit of attributes on you, on you, on you. So we all have talents. We don't have the same talents, but when we come together, we use our talents to build up something bigger and better. And some of us say the root of all evil is money. I would ask you to go back and look. I would ask you to go back and look at that scripture. Because I think you're just repeating things that you heard, like how we do with the telephone game. I tell you one thing, and then by the time it gets to the next person, you don't forgot what we said from the beginning. So imagine that being in a book that is supposed to be for millions of years or thousands of years. You don't think that somebody lost a translation in that? You don't think that somebody told you something that wasn't actually in the book? You don't think that somebody misquoted the book? Pay attention. Now, it's deeper than what you think. If a person is so in love with money and they give their money out to other people to build up communities, is that evil? Is that evil? When money is coming right on time, when you wait, you thought that you were in the midst of a downpour. You thought you were in the midst of something tragic getting ready to happen. And then somehow money showed up to you and saved the day. Was that evil? I don't think you were saying it was evil then. So what you're recognizing is this, that anything and everything in this world can happen at the same time. So money can be used for evil and money can be used for good. See, money is an asset. But what's always greater than the asset? Aha moment for somebody. What's always greater than the asset? The person controlling the asset. When you get money, it doesn't make you evil. You don't get your paycheck on Friday, like, now I'm going to destroy some shit. I'm going out here, I'm taking, you don't do that. You don't do that. What do you do with it? You get money, you say, okay, I'm going to put it to good use. Most of us do that. But there's something about money that you haven't been taught that right now we're going to reveal it to you. If you want us to reveal this to you, type the word reveal in the chat. Let's change our relationship with money. But first thing, we have to understand what money is. So let's share this with you all. And let's check this out. Ready? All right, let's go.
Take the word currency. It comes from the Latin currere, meaning to run, to flow. That's what money was always meant to be. Movement, energy, circulation. And what happens when your inner wiring is built on lack? You block the flow. You repel money without realizing it. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how hard you grind, how much you want it. And somewhere along the line, it got hijacked. Money stopped being flow and started becoming control. Governments, corporations, institutions, they took what was fluid and froze it. Turned energy into shackles. They built a system that looks like freedom, but keeps your soul on a leash. Debt isn't an accident, it's a design. You're told to get an education to succeed, but what you really get is decades of repayment. You trade your time for a paycheck, not to live freely, but to barely survive inside someone else's rules. That's the spell. That's the illusion. And here's the brutal truth. It was never the money that enslaved you. It was how they programmed you to feel about it. The real magic trick wasn't the paper. It was the belief system they baked into your nervous system. The feeling that there's never enough, that you must hustle for permission, that worth equals productivity. But here's what they fear most. If you reclaim your belief, you reclaim your power. Because you were never meant to bow to money. You were meant to use it, a tool. Money is not a god. You were born to flow, not to fear, not to chase, not to grind for the scraps of a system designed to keep you small. Your real job isn't just to make more, it's to escape the trap entirely. To dismantle the invisible architecture in your subconscious that tells you you're only valuable if you're suffering. No, you were built for abundance, and now it's time to return to it. And here's the secret no one teaches you. Money loves movement. It lives in circulation. It dies in fear. When you hoard from panic, you're not protecting your future. You're casting a spell of lack. You're sending one clear, loud signal to the universe. I don't trust the flow. I don't believe more is coming. And the universe? It mirrors that exact frequency back. Because this is the law. As within, so without. As above, so below. Your internal state becomes your external bank account. If you feel safe, open, abundant, money flows. If you tighten, hoard, stress, money disappears. Because money isn't just a number. It's current. It's energy in motion. It's called currency for a reason. It was meant to flow. But when you spend with intention, when you give with confidence, when you invest from overflow instead of fear, you flip the switch. You activate flow. Because money isn't meant to be locked in vaults. It's meant to move, to circulate. And the biggest lie they fed you is to save everything, spend nothing, and hold tight on your money. Energetically, that's like holding your breath until you pass out. Money is like oxygen. You inhale, you exhale, you give, you receive. You can't just take, you can't just save. You have to move it. Wealth isn't built by what you keep. It's activated by what you release with trust. Because wealth is not a thing, it's a circuit. And circuits only work when they're open. The moment you open that
All right, so let me share my screen really fast. So far, what was your thoughts on that? Let me know in the chat. What were your thoughts on that? What were your thoughts on that? Put it in the chat. So some of us were programmed already, right, to believe money is the root of all evil. That's the first thing they went to, right? Oh, money is the root of all evil. Okay, tell us about it. Express what you mean. Show me how you got that, right? So a lot of us hold on to money for what? Just to spend it. Money is a tool used to make more money. You want your money getting fat. You want your money having money babies. You want your money being pregnant and just, releasing whatever, right? What's like the highest amount of babies you can have at one time? How many babies can you have at one? Anyway, you want your money to have babies, right? Your relationship with money has to change. Your relationship with money has to change in order for you to be super successful when it comes to your finances. Let me allow this to load. But while I'm allowing this to load, go ahead and put in the chat how much money you would love to collect. How much money would you love to collect? How much money would you love to collect? So there's a fundamental principle about money, right? And let's break it down. We're going to go step by step to break this down. Most of us, it's crazy, right? We go to school, and this is not for everybody, but this is like for surely 90% of people. We go to school and we don't even learn about money. We don't even learn how to use money. We don't even learn what money is. And so it's hard for us to come out of school and then just know all about money. So one of the things we want to write up here first is money. Somebody put the word money in the chat. So when we look at the word money, the root word in money is what? What's the root word in money? Some of y'all may know this already. Some of y'all who've been with me for a while, you've been in here with Joy, you've been seeing these things. Mo, right? The root word in money is mo. If someone's clever enough, go look it up. Go look up mo in the dictionary if you want to. Anything that I use, you can fact check. So I'm not just giving you fluff, I'm giving you facts, all right? So the root word in money is mo. You might say, what is that? This might be your first time hearing this. But mo is a short word for motion. So already we see a connection to money. Money, motion. Okay, cool. All right, what does that mean? Well, take your arms out right now. Take your arms out and wave your arms in a motion. Wave your arms in a motion. Go ahead and do that. When you're doing that, you're expending what? Energy. So motion is a set of energy, right? It's a chain of energy. When you're looking at it, money is meant to be in motion, but money is a form of energy. Wait, okay, now this needs to make sense. Well, okay. When we said wave your arms out, right? What were we saying to you? Wave, energy, motion. A wave is a set of frequency of energy, motion. It's energy in motion. And when you think about waves, money comes in waves. Sometimes you're up when it comes to money, and sometimes you're what when it comes to money? Down when it comes to money. Sometimes you have more money coming in, sometimes you have money going out. Money comes in and money goes out. So we start to understand there's something called a flow. So this is where they come up with what? Cash flow. So flow, when it comes to waves, current. A current. So when you're on the beach, right, you see the current. The waves go in, come into the shore, go away from the shore. So it's a flow. It's in and out. So waves comes in motion. It's current. Money is a tool used to be in motion. It carries a certain level of energy that makes waves, that creates flow. It makes whatever in your life current. So you currently have something in your life because of money. So you start to think about these things and it starts to make sense. You say, wait a minute, currency. Oh, okay, now I see where they have currency from. So the idea is to keep your money in motion. That's what keeps your money current. But we're going to break it down. You're going to follow along as we go. So in this, right, they created something called the bank. The bank. Somebody put bank in the chat. Think about it. Money goes through the bank. Why does money go through the bank? Because, it controls the flow of money. But guess what? How they get to the name was they got to the name because water goes through what? A river bank. So, okay, wait, money is like water? Money goes through a bank, it goes through a flow of river? Yes, it's stream of income, cash flow, and you start to realize, wait a minute, the bank is really used for me to flow my money through. So how do you pay somebody? Through a bank transaction. So these bankers, they figured out, okay, how do we control the money? We need to get access to something that has the hub to control the money. Now, as a person having money, here's the key for you. You need to find and spend your money on things that keeps your money current. So for example, if you have $1, yeah, $1, and you spend that $1, you now have $0. So is your money current? You currently have zero. Is your money current? If you have that same $1, but you spend it and it gets you back $5, gets you back $5, is your money current now? Is your okay? So the idea is to spend your money on things that will give you a return on your money. Now, there are certain things that's not going to give you a direct return, but it'll give you indirect return. Give me some of the things that would give you an indirect return. Give me some of the things that give you indirect return on your money. These are the ways we're going to have to start thinking. Oh, perfect. Gas, education, trainings, interest, investments. Okay, I like what we're thinking. There we go. Food. How many of us actually invest in our food? Rent. Yes, rent can do that. Pets. Pets could do that. Referrals. Yeah. So now we're starting to realize some things. Okay. But a lot of what we think actually doesn't give us a return, right? It might be indirect. Like if you buy a bottle of shampoo, you could say to yourself, yeah, this shampoo helped me have my hair nice and volumed. And then I go out there and I got the job, so it helped me get money. You can say that, but it's not so much of a determining factor, just a contributing factor, right? So you want to start looking at all of these things. So the way that we're going to make it easy for us is somebody put PPTs in the chat. Remember, we said we want to change our relationship with money. So when we have the PPTs, everyone knows what that means. These are the nouns. Nouns. Nouns sound awfully close, like now. So if you want to change your money noun, you must change your nouns when it comes to the money. You must change where you spend your money at. So people, places, things. So let's start with the people. If you're going to have a return on your money, or if you're going to keep your money current, have some flow going, which type of people should have control of your money? Because, and technically, none of the money is actually yours. That's the real secret. The reason why we hold on to money, because we think that it's ours. All the money that you spend is actually other people's. All the money that's in your pocket is somebody else's money. It's not even your money. You do know that anytime you spend your money, you're giving that money to somebody. It was their money. So your money is actually already allocated for. I want you to understand that. When you get that clear in your mind, you realize that money is an investment tool. Everyone has investment tools. The greatest investment tool is what? Your greatest asset is what? Your greatest asset is what? That income. No, it's the income. It's the income. Now, that's the asset. The person controlling the asset is always going to be most important. So the greatest tool in the world is a mind. The most powerful tool in the world is a made-up mind. You have to make up your mind to see that if you want better finances, you must change your relationship with money. You must be in control. Remember, mindset mastery. Be in control. Have the power of where your money is going. So now that we're talking about the current, let's go make this bigger, and let's put a focus on it. PPTs. Okay, so which people should have our money in order for us to have a return on our money? Which people? As we go, we're going to make lines across here to show you that we're keeping the money current. Okay, so we need to start back at this. We need to end at this point where we start at. So first things first. Which type of people? Employees. Come on, there we go. Somebody's working here. Jamon, shout out to Jamon. Who else? What other people should we give our money to? Because if we give our money to certain people, then those have a return, right? Because it's technically their money anyway. It's not our money. We just control it. We are the CEOs of the income, CEOs of the money, investors. I don't know. Investors are a little tricky for me. You might be the investor, right? You're the real investor. Nonprofits could work a little bit. That you said life insurance, those are things. We're just talking about people right now. People. Those real estate, that's places. We're just talking about people right now. Just people. People. So this is how look. So look, if we only start to think about this, like we got 1, 2, 3. This is where our money starts to come up short. But if we start to think about where these things, think about all the places we can put our money, we're gonna expand our money. Okay, household, that's a place. What about people? What other people? Okay, so let's help out. Business owners. Okay, what about business owners? Because when you go to the grocery store, that's putting your money in the hands of business owners. But let's be children. I don't know. I definitely don't want to put my money in children. They will buy toys that you step on. Okay, end up broken in a week. Mentors. What about mentors? What about mentors? Anyone thought about mentors? What else? What about strategic partnerships, business partners that you can have? Okay, tax professionals, someone that's an accountant, even though we should all learn how to do our own taxes. Anyway, let's keep going. Now let's go to the places. Which type of places do we want? Which type of places do we want to put our money into? What type of places do we want to invest into? Businesses, especially businesses that's been in the business for 10 years or over, right? Definitely don't, want the new businesses if we can get the 10-year-old businesses. Land, that's a place. Where else? Stocks, that's a thing. What other places? What other places? Come on, we got a lot to do. We're getting there. We're getting there, though. Franchises, yes, we got that as far as businesses. Great job. Investment properties, yes. Real estate. What other places? Charity. Those are actually people, and we did that. Stocks, those are things. Schools, what type of schools? What do you mean by that? Giving back to the school and they put your name on the basketball court? That type of thing? What else? What other places? What other places? The gym. Come on, guys. Come on, let's think. No one said gym? Health is wealth here. The gym. What other places? Yes, networking conventions, conferences. Yes. What else? Yes, your own business. Come on, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Nonprofits, we have that. Yes, come on, let's continue to think. What other places? What other places? What other places? Social media is a thing. What other places? Church? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that out for the jury. It seemed like the pastor be doing something, but I'm gonna leave that out for the jury. Trust and planning, those are things. Communities, which type of communities? So I like that. I like communities, being around communities like this, right? Linda said, that's not right. Don't talk about the pastors. Well, I'm not talking about everyone, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's be real here. Okay, now let's get to the things. What type of things? Some people said social media. What else? That's right, Dee Dee. We're upstanding, okay? Marketing, yes. Trust, yes. Art, okay, I like that. What else? Come on. Bonds, okay. Property is a place. Stocks, yes. What else? See, we're almost there, everyone. We're almost there. Hospitals are places. Gold, yes. There we go. Silver, yes. What other things? Let's get to think. Let's get to think. Nope, you don't want to invest in new ideas. We have those for free every day. Bitcoin, yes, that's a thing. So crypto, yes, that's a thing. What else? What else? I'm surprised that we're business owners, but we're not. I like supplies, but we're not saying the one thing that will help us do all of this. CRM system, funnels, websites. There we go. Advertising, we got that with marketing. Digital products. You see this? You see all of the ways we're talking about how to invest your money to keep your money current? You see this right here? CRM, customer relation manager. So basically, if you have a tool that's managing your customers, so it's your customer relationship management. All right, cool. So I'm gonna stop right there, right? I'll stop it right there. let's go ahead and kind of give you a blueprint for all of this. So we know now, here's the number one rule. We know now when it comes to money, use your money in places that you can get a return on your money. So buy things that people can buy from you. And when you buy real estate, somebody else can buy real estate from you. When you buy stocks, people can buy stocks from you. So buy things that people can buy from you. This is what business is, right? So when it comes to you creating the business, and I have to go back to this tab right here. So write this down. Implementation, unification, communication, imagination. But here's the number one thing. How much time have we got left? We got about 10 minutes. All right. So implementation, unification, communication, imagination. So when you're building out your business, these are the systems that you want to start to implement here. Now, these 4 skill sets, these are also skill sets, but these are also 4 roles that in any business you want to have. So when you're building up your business, you want to make sure you have somebody that can execute. So that's the implementer, right? And I'll go back to this page where it kind of displays all of this. I don't have to rewrite this. So we have implementation, unification, communication, imagination. So the first thing that we say when we want X amount of dollars, I had everybody write in the chat, how much money would you love to collect? That's the words that you use that set the foundation. So God created this formula. God said, let there be light. What mattered in the world to God, God created in this space and then put a time on it. Now we have the beginning of time. It's the same thing for you. So you are now communicating about what matters to you. You're unifying people that's in your space to implement something in a certain amount of time. Now, you might communicate to yourself that something that matters to you is I have to go get a job. So you communicate that. You unify what you have already created, all your skill sets. You go to a space to have an interview. You get the job, and now you're implementing, and now you clock in. Okay, this is the rules that you've already agreed to play by. The issue is most of us stay right here. We don't want to stay right here. We want to move ahead. So when you're implementing, you need someone that can execute. When you're unifying, it's all about integrating multiple things together to have one cohesive thing. When you're communicating, you're orchestrating to have somebody do something. So you want to make sure you have a vision before you start telling people what to do. So God created this formula. The things that you talk about to yourself first is the word. This sparks your imagination. This creates your vision. Now you need to create the thing. And when you create it, you will have it as a present thing. Clear? So far, that's clear for everyone? So far, that's clear? Is that clear? All right, cool. So in any business, you need somebody that's great at executing. You need someone that's great at integrating. You need someone that's great at orchestrating. These are the skill sets. Communication, they need to be good at communication to be able to be a good orchestrator. They need to be a unifier, know how to be a people person, right? To be able to integrate individuals into the business, into the idea. It may not even be a business. It may just be having your clients take action. And then you need to have someone that can execute well. Now, you can have all of these skill sets. These skill sets will get you promoted at your job. And I'll show you exactly what that means. So the underlying principle of all of this is you must renovate, innovate, collaborate. Somebody put RIC in the chat. This is my proprietary method that I use in any situation to help me level up and help any of my clients level up. So renovate, innovate, collaborate. RIC method. Okay. So when you're renovating, you need to renovate how you're going to execute things. When you're innovating on what you integrate into your life. So if you're changing your lifestyle, you should change your music. You should change your eating habits. These things need to be integrated into your new life. And when you collaborate with people, you need to make sure you can orchestrate and be the controller of your reality. Okay, so you need to know how people work. You need to have an understanding of listening to people, and this will help you out. So once again, it's going to go fall back on people, places, things. This is what is currently creating your now. Everything that you have in your life right now is based upon the people, the places, and things that you have in your life. So all of the money that you're going to get is going to come from other people. All of the potential that you're going to actualize is going to come from other people. So when you're building a business, you can do it by yourself, but just know the best part of your business is going to come from when you actually build a team. Somebody put team in the chat. So your team needs to be comprised of these 4 skill sets: implementation, unification, communication, imagination. Remember, we said everything that exists right now
in one way exist in a total opposite way at the same exact time. So right now it is daytime for some of you, but in another place of the world, it is nighttime. Somebody is sleeping right now while you're up doing things in your business. Okay. So just know that that's true. So even when you don't like something, chances are somebody else will like something. So when you're going out there making your post and you only get 5 likes, 10 likes, it doesn't matter right now. Just as people are not seeing it. We're going to be able to get visibility so people can eventually see it, and you'll see that just over time, all of these things work out for you, okay? But you have to go through the process. Somebody put the word process in the chat. So the first stage of any process is imagination. You need to have an imagination. This is the art that is lost from most of us. They ripped our imaginations from us when we were children. We used to talk to imaginary people next to us, and those were our best friends. And then somebody woke us up and said, get real, that person doesn't exist, and we lost imagination. Okay, we need to be able to communicate well. Some of you are like, oh, I'm just an introvert. I don't like talking to people. You got to get over it. Okay, you need to be able to have a skill set where you can unify people, get other people to do things, just like when you tell your kids. But the way that you tell your kids, do it because I said so. That's not how you do it. You tell people the benefit that they get for doing it. That's how you become a great unifier. What's in it for them? What is the benefit for them? Okay, and then the implementation, you have to be able to execute. So now let me show you how it works inside of the business. The person who created Uber, we did mention this, I think, on Monday, right? The person who created Uber, this person had the imagination. The person who drives Uber or delivers Uber, this is the person that's implementing. So at first, when your business is built out, you might just be the imaginator, you might be the communicator, you might be the unifier, you might be the implementer. But all of this works out in a great way. You just have to know when and where to use it. So, for example, right now, when you're building out this business, you're going to start at the top, okay? And the imagination is so important because without the imagination, you don't have any of the other things. But while this business has already been built out, we now can see the dynamics of it. The fruit of your labor for being the person that was the imaginator is that you actually get the most money, you have the most time, freedom, flexibility. Now you could buy a business and still have this, okay? So just let that be known, okay? You get 80% of your time to enjoy yourself, 20% of your time to work for the people who work in imagination. So you, like, let's be real here. The person who created Uber is not spending as much time at work as the person who's driving Uber. Do we all agree with that? Or do we disagree? Let us know. Do we agree or do we disagree? Okay, so I think we agree. Now, the person who's driving Uber, they're spending 80% of their time. You know, some of these Uber drivers are really friendly and they talk. So I say, hey man, well, he started talking to me, honestly. And he's like, well, I've been working, you're my last shift, my last drop off or whatever. And he said, I've been working since 6 a.m. and it was 8 o'clock. So, and he said he made about what, $150 or something like that, or 250, something like that. He said he made. Anyway, you're all going to get the point. They spend 20% of their time enjoying themselves. So basically that roughly means they only have the weekends, right? They work every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then probably the weekends they have off. That's 20%. Now, here's where you have to pay attention to the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't shoot off the hip. You have to pay attention to the numbers. Everyone put in the chat, know your numbers. Or you can put, know my stats if you like the business athletic side of it, right? Because we like business is like a sport. So if you like that angle, just put know my stats. If you like just the business aspect, just know your numbers, okay? So that way you're clear on that. If you only have 20% of your time, which is basically the weekends, maybe like 2 or 3 hours throughout the week, each day, whatever the case, you got 20% of your time. If you have a significant other, you got to slash that in half, man, because you got to spend half of that time with your significant other, right? So now you really only have 5% of your time. Oh, but we forgot. Don't we have like 2 children, 3 children? Now we slash that in half and we start to see we really only have 2.5% of our time. Is that enough time for you to truly to build up your business? Be honest. Like for the people who've actually started and done this, you have to contribute more time because 2.5% of your time How could you ever put 100% effort if you only have 2.5% of your time? And some of us don't even have 2.5% because on the weekends is the only time we get to do our errands. So now we got to have 1 point. So you mean to tell me, wait a minute, I have 1% of my time? Which do you feel closest to? 80% of your time, 20%, 10, 5, 2.5, or 1.25? Which one do you feel closer to? Which one do you feel closer to? So if you feel like you don't have time, this is why you feel that way. If that's you, if you say, hey, I feel like I don't have enough time, that's my issue. I just don't have enough time. Put a 1 in the chat. If that's your issue, do you feel like that? So now that you know your stats, you can see why you feel that way. So you did feel right. You did feel correct. You knew what you were talking about. But did you know your stats though? You need to know your numbers. This is why I create CRM systems. This is why I create funnels, websites. I put platforms together for people so they can know their stats. Not only just for that, so they can do what? Become more effective in less time. Okay, cool. So this is how it works, right? So when you first start building out this business, you realize that you're going to have to do something like this. When you first start building your business, it actually flips the other way. So you might make an ebook. So right now we have you all doing a challenge to basically learn your messaging, communicate it to people. So when you're out there on Instagram, and some of you are going to go live with us, right? You're going to, it's going to basically, this is your DIY product. Somebody put DIY product in the chat. Do it yourself. So your DIY product, for me, let's say I have my ebook at $29.99 for the bundle. So you get the audio, you get the bundle, $29.99. It's do it yourself. So I just communicate this. It's my low ticket. You communicate this low ticket offer to people, right? So before we said that the person with the imagination gets the most money and the person that's with the implementation get the less money. But that's after you've built your big business. Real fast, just so we can get clear on this, super clear on this. Where are you at in your corporate world, your corporate job? Are you the implementer, the unifier, the communicator, the imaginator? Where are you at on your spectrum? Where are you on your spectrum? Okay, so now we're clear, right? Once we get clear on this, then we'll know exactly how all of this works. If we're not clear on where we are currently at, we probably wouldn't know. So let's make sure. If you're saying all, you're probably most likely the CEO of your company and you're building the business up, right? If you're saying I'm the implementer, that means you work for a bigger corporation and they just hired you, you just do the task they told you. If you moved up the ranks a little bit and you're the unifier, you still have more money than the implementer, but you're still bound by the clock. You still trade your time for money. And then the problem is in most corporate worlds, when you move up to the unifier, you might make 100K. Don't get me wrong, you might make 100K. But in the corporate world, you make 100K, they make sure they tell you that they own you. So they call you on your days off. You might have to come in on your day off. You might have to look through emails all sorts of times and hours of the day. And basically they own you because they pay you that type of money, okay? So communicator, you probably have more flexibility. You probably have more 80% of your time to do the things you want, but 20% of your time. So when you go on Instagram and you're spinning your message, it's only going to take you 20% of time to produce that message, but that same video can last years and it can bring a lot of traffic in. If that makes sense, put makes sense in the chat. So we should be on our social media making that offer for our DIY product. Okay. So now unification. This is basically done with you. Somebody put done with you in the chat. So DWI, done with you. So for my done with you, this is my $2,500 system that I build out. So with my DWY, I build out a system for them. So I basically help them build out a funnel, help them get their marketing together, help edit their pictures and everything, make the funnel look great. And I'll also set them up to have a client acquisition system so they can easily attract clients. So that's what I do with my done with you, but I'm doing it with them. So I do a little bit for them. I teach them how it works. And then guess what? Guess what? They do it on their own. What I'll do sometimes too is I'll check in with them monthly if they have like a subscription. So I add a subscription to this, $97, add a subscription to this. So now they have access to me or my team, and they're able to get the help they need to build out, or if anything that they need to just kind of be a partner. So basically they hire me as a partner, a growth partner. Make sense? Let me know if it makes sense in the chat. So my implementation part is 10,000. See, I told you before, right? The implementator gets the lowest level of value once the business is built out fully. But this is the model that you can use so that way it's clear for you all. I'll break this down for you. So my high ticket or done for you, DFY, somebody put DFY in the chat. And let me show you how easy it is for you to take your life to the next level as long as you know your product and service and you deliver great value. So some of my clients, not everyone buys the $10,000 system. I probably only get one client a month that does the 10,000 system. But I'm fine with that. Who's fine with $10,000 for one client? Who's fine with that? So I'll get one client for 10,000. My DWY, my done with you, 2,500. And I'm basically getting 2 clients a week on this. So that's 8 clients a month. In my do it yourself, I don't even count that anymore. Like if you go get my book on Amazon, I don't even look at any of my orders or anything from that. If you go get that, it's just whatever. So that's $29.99 and whatever. That might help me with a cell phone bill. I don't really know. So we just put an X value on that because I don't really know what I'm getting from there, just to be totally transparent with you all. So this is how easy that you can go from just working as an implementer to implementing your own system where you now. So out of this, which product should I focus on more? Which product should be my focus? Which product should be my focus? Based upon the numbers. Remember we said know our numbers? Which product should be my focus? Tell me why though. Tell me why in the chat. Which product should be my focus? Oh, it's 10 o'clock, so we got to get ready to close. Which product should be my focus? Victoria said all of them. No, see, that's the thing. You don't have to have all of them be your focus because now you understand the rules of the game. So the product that I'm communicating mainly is an ebook. It's an easy offer because at the top of the funnel, this is how the funnel works. So let's say it's like this. The top of the funnel, DIY, middle of the funnel, DWY, bottom of the funnel, DFY. Right? Yes, my main clients, yes, I want it to be done for you. Why? Because I get the most money and I get the focus. If I only made one client for the month and it was a $10,000 client, am I good with that or am I not good with that? Let me know in the chat. I'm good with that. If I got one client, I'm good with that. Think about it. I got one client. It's not going to take me 30 days to build up that site. It's going to take me 7 days or less. Yes, I still have to fulfill, but I hire somebody. So now I hire my team. My team gets paid out from this. Now, I also do what we will call referrals. So if I have referral fees, somebody brings me a $10,000 client, I'm giving them $1,000 out of this. I'm okay with giving them $1,000 to get $9,000. Are you okay with giving up $1,000 to get $9,000? I'm okay with that. I'm good. So you see how you have to start strategizing. Don't want to hold on to all of the money. You have to be able to release the money, just like we showed you in the video earlier. I'm okay with that because if one of you came and you said, "Hey, I have this person who they need a funnel, they need a system, they need a CRM system, they need a way to track their numbers, they need something to manage their clients with. They really don't want to be hands-on, they want to be hands-off. They just want to tell you what to do and you just get it done." I'm cool with that. I love that person because that person makes my job easier. But you know what? I make their job easier. So I help them become more effective in less time, and they help me become more effective in less time. How many DIYs do I have to sell in order to make $10,000? Somebody do the math. In order to make $10,000, how many $29.99 bundles do I have to sell? How many $29.99 bundles do I have to sell to make $10,000? And I'm not going to sell it to one person. I got to sell it to so many people. How many people? It's a lot of people. The DFY, I sell it to one person. Candace, I don't have time to sell it to sit there and tell every person, hey, get my book, get my book, get my bundle, get my bundle. I don't have time for that. That's a lot. When I could just, hey, I get one client who want to pay me $10,000 for me to build their system, done. Okay. And then you start to see, okay, let's make this make sense. I'm cool. I'm cool with giving out my $1,000 to make $9,000 because now if I look at the rest of the chart, my DIY, I'm still gonna have to spend like what 200, like basically like talk to 250 people or so, right? So it's cool. I'm cool with getting the high ticket. So somebody put in the chat high ticket. Somebody put in the chat high ticket. So you can't be afraid to charge your high ticket. You don't want to beat people in the head. One of my coaches, y'all might know him, is Myron Golden. Myron Golden, we were on a call, and he said this. He said, I want you to raise your prices, but I want you to be fair in the marketplace. What I would love for you to do is do this. Whatever you can 10x for them, now you know what to charge. So if you charge $10,000 for the system, they better be able to make $100,000 with this. I said, no problem. I'm fine with that. See, because I was just selling my systems before for lower. He said, no, you got to add more value to that. Give them more so that you overwhelm them with awesomeness. And then that would make them want to buy more. I said, all right, cool. I'll do that. This man literally helped me, literally with 1 or 2 moves. And that was it. All right. The whole mindset, tool set, asset, he gave me that, so shout out to him. And then my brothers helped me refine that. So, it's teamwork. Somebody put team in the chat. So you need a team. You're not going to do this all alone. So when he sat me down and told me that, I had a new focus. My new focus was, why not focus on the mid tier? Because that's doing the best volume. Think about it. How much is 8 times 2,500? How much is 8 times 20? If I get 2 clients a week, how much is that? How much is that? Let me know in the chat. Because this is what we call the sweet spot. It doesn't take too much time for me. And guess what? It beats. I used to do graphics for Netflix and Roku, right? I used to do design for them. I'm cool with making 20,000 doing this versus making only 4,000 in a month, spending 80% of my time. I'm cool with only spending 20% of my time to make 20K. Now you tell me if you feel that way. Now, all of the things that I'm telling you about is actually documented. I'm not like fluffing on you or just saying stuff that sounds good. I'm telling you because if I could do it, you could do it too, but you're going to need the help. So that's why we have this whole challenge for you to get the help. Once you structure your business properly, you're able to get funding, you're able to move and do things, but it's also about the people that you network with, the team that you have around you, okay? So when you start to know your numbers, you know that sweet spot. I'm cool with that. Listen to what I just told you all. If I get one client, because only one client is paying me a month, for this. So why would I focus on that one client paying me $10,000 when I could focus on these 8 clients a month paying me $2,500 where I make 20K? Make sense? So now what happens to the done for you? When I get one of the done for yous throughout the month, what happens to that? What does that become? Congratulations, you done created a way to get a bonus now. Congratulations, you done created a way to have a bonus. Now I get 30K. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good. And then I got all this little money coming in. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give some stuff away for free. That's why today I'm going to give you some stuff away for free today. Everybody's going to get some stuff for free today. You're going to get my RIC book. RIC is going to give you all the blueprints in there to do exactly what we're teaching you right now. And then some. Somebody put that in the chat. And then some. Okay? So here's the last piece and then we'll close up. So renovate. I wish I could make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Let's just pay attention. I know it's starting to get a little cluttered, everyone, but can we focus on this? So RIC method. So renovate, innovate, and then we got to collaborate. Somebody put that in chat. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. All right, cool. So you need to renovate how you implement. Whatever you're doing right now, you need to innovate how you implement. If let's say, for example, your employer, supervisor, whoever gives you a task and it needs to be done in a week. Don't do it in a week. Don't wait all the days and wait to the last moment to do it. Change how you operate, change how you implement, change how you execute. Get that thing done in one day because it takes you one day anyway. You just wait to the last day. Make sense? It takes you one day anyway. You just wait to the last day. Just do it the first day. When you do it the first day, what happens is you have more room to do other things. This is how they give you a raise. I had 3 promotions in the same year, and when they had to stop doing it, they had to stop doing the promotions, and they started making us have only 1 promotion every 6 months, and then it went to 1 promotion every year. This is when Netflix, Roku, we was just building out with them. Okay, and they had me doing the pitch decks. I was creating pitch decks for them. And when I created the pitch decks, I saw that they were making $20 million. I was like, wait a minute, y'all make $20 million? Doing what? And basically, these are the principles that they did. They renovated, innovated, collaborate. Same thing with Uber, right? So let's just first go with Netflix, right? Which industry did Netflix renovate? Oh, definitely milk in the back. Which industry did Netflix renovate? Right, movie rentals. So before it was Blockbuster was the big old Blockbuster was the king on the block, right? So, but the issue with Blockbuster that you had to return the video and you'll get charged if the video wasn't rewinded, right, with the tape, whatever the case may be. And if it was snowing, it did not matter. You still had to bring that stuff in. With Netflix, they said, look, let's renovate this game. Let's change how we execute this. Instead of having to come to the store, we're going to bring the store to you. What? That changed the game. Redbox, do y'all remember Redbox? Redbox was looking to change the game, but they couldn't innovate like this. Netflix put it on a platform that said, guess what? We're going to renovate this. We're bringing it to you. And then they innovated. So innovate is changing how you operate. So instead of having to rent out every single movie like how Blockbuster was doing, they gave you a subscription. That way you can get all the movies in one place for one low rate on demand. It's like, wait, what a minute. This is heaven, movie heaven. I mean, I don't remember pay-per-view used to be, I don't know about y'all, but my grandparents, we got cable late. I got cable when I was graduating 8th grade. And my family did not believe in none of that stuff. We had dial-up internet, and fast internet was already out. You get what I'm saying? We had dial-up and fast internet was already out. My family was just late on that stuff. So, I didn't grow up with my parents, so you can't be picky. Anyway, so Netflix, they innovated how they operated in one location on demand. Pay-per-view, remember pay-per-view, you used to have to pay every time you wanted to view them videos. Now you got all the movies in one low rate. And now you can see how they changed it up so they have different subscription levels. Cool. But what they did next was genius. They first started collaborating with the YouTube creators, like random independent movie producers. And then after they got their foot in with that, they also started reaching out to license other movies that came out a long time ago. And then now they make their own movies and make their own specials. So you see how they went through this chart too? They renovated, innovated, collaborate. Now they get paid more money, just like how I do, when they make their own movies. But their sweet spot is what? What's their sweet spot? They make more money when they make their own movies and they do their own specials. But their sweet spot is what? Selling other people's products on their platform, licensing other people's products on their platform. That's their sweet spot. All the other movies. So you can't be afraid to collaborate with other people, because the person next to you right now might be the person that can help you grow the fastest. Like, you might want Joy to hold your hand. No, don't wait for Joy to hold your hand. That's why we got the business besties. You get with a business bestie, but don't get with a person just because you like them. Get with a person because they've been raising their hand on these calls and they sound competent. They sound like they know what they're doing. Like my girl Takesha, she's up, she ready. She got 80% of her time. If I'm one of you, I'm using Takesha. Hey, Takesha, what's going on, girl? You got 80% of the time? I got something like this for you. Can you handle this? Because I only got 20% of my time. I'll take care of the communication part. You do the implementation part. We break bread, girl. All right, cool. Let's do it. You see how easy that is? You see how easy that could be? You see what I'm saying? So you have to get to know people for real. And you got 2 more days inside of this challenge. So let's get active. Somebody put active in the chat. Let's get active. Okay, let me see. That's it? Yeah, that's it. I think I gave y'all way too much anyway, because the time has been up. But I was having so much fun with y'all. I thought y'all was getting value. Were you getting value from this? Let me know in the chat if you got value from this. Let me know in the chat if you got value from this. Okay, cool. So, like I promised, I'm going to give you my RIC method, but only if you want it. If you don't want it, don't download this. Don't get it. So tell me to drop the link in the chat, and I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Who wants to go live with us? Who wants to go live with us? Who wants to go live with us to practice your pitches and just kind of get comfortable with going live? Who wants to go live? Raise your virtual hand if you want to go live with us. Well, go live with me, basically. And then we'll all take turns coming up. We'll do it on Instagram. That's it? Only 2 people? Yeah, y'all the only 2 people that want to get money. Okay. I see. Y'all the only 2 people that want to get money. Y'all the only 2 people that wants to get money. All right. Let me share my screen with you all. And I will go ahead and put that link in the chat. Okay. Team is going to be like, bro, you've been on for 2 hours. What's up, man? What's going on? All right, cool. So basically, this is one of the systems that I created. Obviously, you see Love Plus. That's our personal to business development program. This is what you're in right now. Thanks to Joy. Joy is allowing you to access this so that way you can take your mindset, turn it into a tool set to create those cash flowing assets to get yourself to the bank. And that way you start making your business profitable. So this is the resource store that I created. Obviously, y'all always see me drinking my mindset max out to becoming more effective in less time, my client acquisition systems and all that good stuff. But what I'm going to give you right now is this. My RIC playbook. If y'all see anything that we're doing, take notes. See how I have face cream and all these other things that I add into this? When people go shopping on my site, they'll buy these other things as well. Okay? So let me get that for you all. RIC Impact Playbook. This is it right here. It says not $29.99, but I'm going to give you all a code. You just type that code in and you're good to go. Okay? Free 99 today for you. Inside of this playbook, it's going to give you the ideas of making money. So we want to become, let's highlight this so we all can see it. We want to become more effective in less time. That's the idea. So when we talk about more effective in less time, faster, better, smarter. Somebody put that in the chat. Faster, better, smarter. So when it comes to making money, client acquisitions, whether you want to attract your clients, you want to generate new customers without long drawn out processes, we have Blueprint for you. Better communication, because I know some of us lack on that. Decision making, time management, that's huge, okay? Problem solving, team management, marketing and outreach, sales and negotiation. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, I'll stop right there, but you can see the list goes on and on, all the way down to scaling and growing your business. I'll put this link in the chat for you all. So let me go ahead and grab this. When I give you this link, the way to get this for free is when you go to buy now, or if you add it to the cart or whatever, how you go to get it, you type in the promo code, the word playbook. So it'll look like this. Playbook. Once you hit apply, oh, it ended. Let me go in the back end and make sure y'all can get this right. It said promotion ended. So let me go get that and make sure it's not ended for you all. But you're going to type in this, playbook. Playbook is going to give it to you for free. Also, I didn't tell you all before, but this is what you can do with this book. This book is a PLR book. Anyone knows what that means? Put it in the chat if you know what that means. So private label rights. So in here, you're going to get the private label rights to sell this as your own book. So not only could you get this book for free, you can make money with this book. Okay, yeah, don't act like I never gave y'all something. Okay, y'all playing games with me. Y'all just staring at me.
I just said, literally, I'm giving you a blooper. You could take any of this. All you got to do is just change the cover, make your own cover on it, and you're able to go ahead and use this and sell this as your own. This will speed up your results and help you become more effective in less time. So you can all make money with this. You don't have to charge $29. You can charge $10. You can charge whatever you want to charge. Okay, cool? Put cool in the chat if that's cool. I'm going to do this really fast. So I'm going to go in my back end system. I'm going to go on my back end system, and you're getting a sneak peek on how I do this. So let's see. What I want to do right now is I actually want to give you a discount. So let me go ahead and give you all a discount. In the back end here, this is what we have. You can track your leads, you can track your analytics, you can track all the automations, all of those good things. But what I want to find at the moment is your coupons. Coupon. Yep. Okay, they put it in a different place. Coupons right here. So what I'm going to do is go find that playbook. Here it goes, right here. So if you want to give out discounts on your site so people can buy more, if you want to give your lead magnet out to people, this is what you can use. Okay, so I'm showing you in real time how it works. When all of you go buy the book, you can have you can get all of your, you can put your information in here, and we can send you emails, things of that nature. That's what you're going to be able to do for your clients. Okay, let's take off the end date for now. Actually, no, let's keep it end date, but let's make it so you only have until today. How about that? Here we go. So it ends today. It's valid between today and tomorrow. If you try to get this tomorrow, it will not work. So, okay, cool. Playbook is active. It's ready. So now you all can use it. Let me stop sharing my screen. Was this helpful for you in any way? Was this class helpful for you in any way? Did we deliver value? If you all were able to go and get your application approved, today is going to be a special day. You don't want to miss class tonight. If you are excited to improve your opportunity to grow your business, this is what you don't want to miss. Joy is going to give you so much today that is going to blow your mind literally in a way that's good. All right, so I'm going to put the handle in the chat, Mindset Mogul Crew. This is where we're going live from, okay? On Instagram. Mindset Mogul Crew. So all the people that had their hand raised, we're going to go over to the live, come over to the live, and let's work on you speaking about your business. So basically, I'll do like a quick interview with you. You come up, talk a little bit about what you're doing. Please don't be afraid. This is practice. But somebody might buy something that you have to offer. So I would say do it, okay? Instagram.com, Mindset Mogul Crew. Here it goes in the chat. So grab that. All the people who said they want to go live, grab this. You got the book already? Okay, good. That's what's up. There we go, Ashanti. That's what's up. Snap it up, clap it up. Don't forget, though, read it. Don't let those books collect dust. All right, we get ready to close up. Get ready to close up. I'm going to have everybody come off of mute. Vanetta, what's not working for you? Let me know in the chat what's not working for you. I'm putting the Instagram in the chat so that way we can go ahead and get live. In the meantime, everybody come off of mute. Everyone come off of mute. Can we send a request, team, to have them come off of mute? The promo code? Oh, the IG link. The IG link is not working. Okay. I think
The promotion code is not working.
For the ebook.
Let's see.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love the
This
community.
is
Thank you.
awesome. Thank
Love
you.
you.
This is
You are
the
amazing.
best in
Thank
the
you.
world. Thank you.
Tanisha Malenko,
Awesome
it's been
job.
so
Thank you so much,
valuable.
Miss
Picture
Vanessa.
man.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
Love y'all.
very
Have a
valuable.
blessed day,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Asia, this one is cheaper.
Stepping in the lab, this brainwave shift. Turn pain into game, every loss uplift. City on my back, but my posture rich. Used to dream in the dark, now the switch they lit. No rocks fire when I say my name. Rewire all the wires, same. Old code in my head, had to break that chain. Now the pathway paved with the winds I claim. Yeah, power, money, respect, I evolve with it. New pathways in my head, watch me solve with it. Change, transform, built to collect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset. Yeah. Power, money, respect, put it all on deck. New pathways when I move, every thought direct. Change, transform, I was born to connect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset. Pocket full of plans, I don't chase loose change. Every dollar just data, I expand my range. Stack base, stack skills, then the paper grows. I invest in the mind, that's how favor flows. Had to silence every doubt, that's a loud old voice. Now I edit my beliefs like a ground up choice. Turn fear into fuel, turn stress into steps. Every setback, sketching out the stairs I rep. Yeah, I pivot when the path look blocked off. If the road ain't there, then I blast off. From the gutter in my thoughts to a glass loft. Had the bed on my brain, that's a jackpot. Yeah, yeah. Power, money, respect, I evolve with it. New pathways in my head, watch me solve with it. Change, transform, I was built to collect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset, yeah. Power, money, respect, put it all on deck. New pathways when I move, every thought direct. Change, transform, I was born to connect. More life, more growth, that's the real asset. Oh, more growth, that's the real asset.
If the link is not working for the IG, just type in this in the chat. Mindset Mogul Crew. All right, I'm putting it in the chat. Just type in this inside your search and you're good to go. You are the MVP. We will see you at the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Go out there and be amazing. Peace.
Used to count out in my bedroom. Now I count wins in the boardroom. Rewired, I don't think how I used to. Turn a hard day into high proof. Mindset doing heavy lifting, that's a gym too. Every little habit like a sine wave I've been through. Read a couple studies, now I study how I spend too. Power in my focus, money just a friend too. Power, money, respect, I changed my mind first. New runs, doing reps, now the whole life works. New lane, new thoughts, watch the road convert. I had to flip my head before I flip network. Power, money, respect, I changed my mind first. I don't chase checks, I chase patterns. Stacking up skills, then the band scatter. Tiny little choices build a big ladder. Climbed out the past, now the sky's flatter. Every new belief like a new route. Brain building streets when I choose now. Rich in discipline, that's the real clout. If I lose it all, I just reboot, reroute. Recode, reload. Let the whole road zero.